It's late November in Illinois, and Chris Keefer is hunkered down for his second sit of the firearm season.
Well, the rivalry continues right now. Still got my heart set on Old Optimus. See if I can get him to finally show his face. He's kind of gone dark on us, but I'm hunting a spot right now from a ground blind that he's been seen on camera before, and there's another buck in here that is a giant that showed up early and has gone dark as well. I'm calling him Elvis because he is the king, and I'm hoping I can get a look at either one of those two right now. It's getting late in the season. I'm wearing them thin right now. These deer have been tough this season. So for right now, the rivalry continues.
As the shooting light fades, a lone buck emerges from the darkness and begins working his way along the timber's edge. He appears to be a shooter, but lack of light is forcing Chris to let him slip away into the blackness. Casey's back in the blind again. The temperature has finally fallen, and the rain is refusing to quit.
40 degrees, but it's definitely pouring. It's actually a bit chilly with that cold air. We have had a terrible gun season. Temperatures went up to 55 degrees and it rained just like this the whole time. It was just miserable. Yesterday was the opener and I sat down on the bean field down below us here and had a couple of does come out and then a young buck real late. It's gonna be a good deer one day. Really good looking young buck. But when I came up top here, there was deer all over this corn. But we didn't have the right wind to sit in this blind last night, so today we've got a perfect wind. It's blowing straight out into the middle of nowhere right here. And the deer tend to come out from kind of all around us in this direction. And our wind is going straight that way, so it should be alright. Hopefully it's a good night.
In the game of whitetail hunting, timing is everything. The rut seems to have passed Casey by as he continues to see everything but big antlers. Meanwhile, time is running out for Chris. He's hoping his shooters show up sooner tomorrow.
I don't really know where to begin. Gun season continues. Again, I'm getting worked. We got 2 nights in a row. We've seen 2 good bucks. And it's been too dark both times. It's like the last 10 minutes of light is when they're coming out. And they're flooding into these fields, but it's just too dark. And I can't see them with the camera, and if I can't shoot them on camera, well, that defeats the whole purpose. So, we're going to give it another night in this spot. There's so many nice deer in this area, so many good bucks. Just got to catch one of them 20 minutes earlier than I have been. And we could be in the chips, but for now, I'm going to give this one last spot, one last chance. And then I might end up switching it up. Got to do something. Gun season's coming to a close soon.
As the sun sets on yet another sit for Chris, he's left with a big decision to make. Should he stay, or should he go? He knows all too well that these important decisions can make or break an entire season. With only one day left to take a buck with his traditions, Chris will need to make up his mind in a hurry. It's the final day of firearm season in Illinois, and Chris and Casey Keefer have had a tough go at it so far. The weather has been too warm and too wet. Chris's hit listers, Optimus Prime and Elvis, have gone nocturnal. He's decided to put his obsession with these bucks behind him for now and move to a brand new location in search of a brand new start.
Comes down to this. Comes down to the wire. This is how my season's been going right now. Seeing deer that are big enough, but they're just after dark. Not seeing deer. Warm weather. I mean, I'm just getting my butt kicked pretty hard. The deer went in with me this season. Changed locations. Came over here to a new spot and got tucked in one of our ground blinds. Was hoping I had the right wind, and it appears that I do. I got does that are no more than 10 yards in front of the blind. So, if I could just get something with some headgear that's old enough to do it. We've got the bucks, they're here. They're just not cooperating. But I may have to fill my tag at some point, whether it has antlers or not. We'll have to see what happens. I just don't know. Just when you figure out these deer, they figure you out first.
One of Chris's new hit listers is an old buck he's named Stackhouse. He boasts 8, 9, and 7-inch tines on the right side. His left holds an 8-inch G2, a 10-inch G3, and an 8-inch G4. 9 inches of brow tines and a 91-inch frame pushes Stackhouse to the 150 mark.
Coming here. Shooter. Right on him. He's only 50 yards away. Oh my Lord. I'm just sitting here saying 15 does in the field, you gotta come in. And that Slick 10 Stackhouse buck stepped out right there. Big 10. He's only at 53 yards. I was right on him. I couldn't tell with the reaction. I couldn't tell because of the smoke. Boom. Let the traditions bark, baby. Let the traditions bark.
Stackhouse presented a 52-yard opportunity, a chip shot for Chris's 50 caliber traditions. He knows this buck won't be far.
There he is. Look at that. Huh? Man, it's been a long time coming. Gun season has been absolutely ridiculous for me. This entire season has been unbelievable. And I got lucky enough on the last day to pull off. He's an older buck, nice 10. So we've been looking for right there. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. One blink of an eye. 15 does, and all we had to do was switch up and come to the opposite side of the bean field. And they were just pouring out in the corner. Oh, I couldn't figure out why. Now I know. They're coming out in this little inlet right there. Whew, that's a stress reliever for me. The rivalry has ended with the muzzleloader. The traditions has barked. I got a deer on the ground, and I'm going back to the PSC tomorrow. Couldn't be any better right now. I gotta call Casey and let him know. Deer down, baby. Deer down.
For now, Chris's itch to put a big buck down has been scratched. He's evened the score in his rivalry with Casey, 1-1. He may have Stackhouse in his hands, but soon he'll be back in the woods with his PSE, searching for the king.
Getting old, but I am always winning. Everything is alright there.